Hi everyone, Ricardo Gonçalves here from the SBS newsroom, taking you through the next couple of minutes as the RBA prepares to hand down its last decision on interest rates for 2024. Of course, it's left official interest rates on hold at 4.35% since December 2023. The market's not really expecting a cut today, although we may see a cut in February. Now, the RBA is going to be looking at a number of various things about the economy. Most lately, we've seen GDP numbers coming in really soft at 0.8% for the year, but at the same time, inflation is still a problem in Australia. Services inflation really keeping it high, and that underlying rate at around 3.5%. So that's above the 2 to 3% target band from the Reserve Bank. The markets are down at the moment by 0.5% on the S&P ASX 200. Let's take a look at the decision. It should be coming through right now. Here we go. So the Reserve Bank has left official interest rates on hold at 4.35%. So breaking news, the Reserve Bank leaving official interest rates on hold at 4.35%. I'll go through the statement right now live as it's just coming through. The RBA saying that inflation has fallen substantially since the peak in 2022. Higher interest rates are working to bring down aggregate demand. I'm going to skip straight through to the end of the statement because that's where most of the interesting parts has been over the past few meetings. It says sustainably returning inflation to target within a reasonable time frame remains the board's highest priority. We know this. Let's have a look at what else it's saying. While headline inflation has declined substantially, it's down to 2.8% and will remain lower for a time, underlying inflation is more indicative of inflation momentum. And as I just mentioned a few moments ago, it says that remains too high. So that's at about 3.5%. The November statement on monetary policy forecast suggests that it will be some time before inflation is sustainably in the target range. And recent data on inflation and economic conditions are still consistent with the forecasts. And the board is gaining some confidence that inflation is moving. Well, that's actually quite interesting. So the RBA is saying that the board is gaining some confidence that inflation is moving sustainably towards target. What we've heard Mr. Bullock talk about over the past few meetings is that they want to be confident that while inflation is coming down, that it will reach that target. She said the word confident. They want to be confident that inflation will be towards its target. And they've kind of mentioned it here today. The board is gaining some confidence that inflation is moving sustainably towards target. Just that final paragraph, the board will continue to rely upon the data in terms of what it's going to do with interest rates. In doing so, it will pay close attention to development in the global economy and financial markets, trends in domestic demand, and the board, here's something interesting. Okay, the very final line, the board remains resolute in its determination to return inflation to target and do what is necessary to achieve that outcome. You know what it didn't say? It didn't say that it's ruling anything in or out, which is what it's been saying over the past few meetings. So the board has removed that line that it is looking at it is not considering anything in or out. This time it's just saying that the board remains resolute in its determination to return inflation to target and will do what is necessary. So just reminding you that the RBA has decided to leave official interest rates on hold at 4.35%. That's where it has stayed since December 2023. Let's take a quick look at the Australian share market now for immediate reaction. The share market is now down 0.26%. So that's an improvement on the 0.5% decline a couple of minutes ago. And the Australian dollar, which was trading at 64.21 just before the decision, is pretty much at the same spot. So the Reserve Bank leaving official interest rates on hold at 4.35%. This is what the economists at the big four banks were predicting will be the first interest rate cut Before the decision today, ANZ saying May, most likely in 2025, along with NAB and Westpac, while the Commonwealth Bank is predicting a cut in February 2025. Now, I repeat, these forecasts were before today's decision to hold official interest rates at 4.35%. I guess economists will take a look at this statement and see if it will have any implications for these current forecasts. So just reminding you, the Reserve Bank leaving official interest rates on hold at 4.35%. To me, a quick look at the statement. I mean, I've only had a really quick skim through. I found it interesting that the board is now not saying that it's ruling anything in or out, and that the board says it is gaining some confidence that inflation is moving sustainably towards target. Whether or not that implies that we're getting close to a rate cut, we'll talk to some economists to find out. We'll actually be speaking to Alan Oster from NAB. He's the chief economist there on the SBS On The Money podcast to see what he thinks. We'll have full details also on SBS World News at 6:30. So just repeating that, the Reserve Bank leaving interest rates on hold at 4.35%.